we join the action on lap 4, as already there has been 5 retirements on this in this Grand Prix. I just had a power cut, so I'm sorry for that. We have not seen the DNFs of the the bottom 5 drivers, who were Mike Hazard, Fatty, Zombie Free, Danny, C Paisley, and Lord Elephant. I'm so sorry, I could not do anything about that. We just had a power cut, but we'll go to the leader, as we see straight away that was that maybe a pit. Looks like the top runners have already pit onto a set of soft compound tyres to finish the race on. These soft compound tyres cannot last a long time around here, so it's only 2% a lap. But the thing that the drivers need to keep aware of is the Jazzy's out of the Grand Prix. That's another retirement. We're only 5 laps in, and there's already been many times. Florian's retired as well, making it many DNFs at the moment. We may finish with only 5. Jazzy's right in the centre of the track. He's been there badly, and we only have 13 races left in this Grand Prix after, well, only 5 laps. I'm so sorry about all of this malarkey. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a restart of some kind, but it most probably won't happen. Fretty P7 already. Yeah, well, obviously with the already 7, 8 DNFs, we see many collisions, many everything, because this is Singapore, the place where everyone dies, a place where in season 1 we had 4 finishers. So Fretty, we see trying to do a switcheroo on Nicky Salzberg, but that's not going to work. Going down into turn 13, no, turn 14, I do apologise even. But we see many crashes so far. The drivers left just need to be very cautious. John Polanen now pits off his ultras of compound tyres. This was just a yoke. Good Fernando Alonso impression there. Lord Elephant, what happened to you? I'd like to know, because obviously it looked like quite a start to the race with 7, 8 people already tying. I crashed out myself, but some people just need to learn to drive. Obviously I did not see that, I do apologise, but I can commentate for the rest of the Grand Prix. But John Polanen comes out right behind Salzberg and right in front of Fretty. This is all going in the hands of DeLuca at the moment, as Wumalu, well done to you. You've set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on ultra soft compound tyres. Stuart, my first race, and I catch my wheel back on the wall. Well done, TGL Stuart. But anyway, we see a move between Salzberg, Nicky, and John Polanen. John Polanen's already up on those fresh tyres. Oppenheim looks like it's in the walls a bit there. And let me just check that the quality isn't that shocking as it does appear on my, yeah, it's only on 144p. We can get 720p, just making sure, otherwise that would have been terrible for everyone watching. Everyone can hear me in game. No, they can't. They cannot hear me in game because I am spectating. Or if they can, I probably need to just check, because just in case. Boom. I'm very sorry, everyone. Just gonna make sure no one can hear me, because that is yeah, cool. Lord Elephant can hear me. Anyway, so we go on to lap 7 now. DeLuca is now in the lead of this Grand Prix due to a pit stop where Wesley isn't actually going into the pits, but he's already out. Obviously a glitch within F1. Lovely. We do love a few glitches. You see, yeah, I know, I fixed it. Don't worry, Lord Elephant, about that. John Polanen is in P3, Oppenheim in P4, Fretty in P5. Fretty's gone up 15 positions due to the fact that we already have many retirements in this Grand Prix. P6 is Jesper, P7 is Wesley. So hopefully today we'll be able to see some finishers in the points who don't usually finish in the points. Verstappen looks like he's had to have a 2-stop of some kind already. No, he's only had 1 stop, but he's far off the lead. So it looks like he may have been in contact on lap 1 because he was right at the front at the start of this race. He's trying to catch up to Goldie at the moment as Veenstra and Sosberg, Nicky Sosberg has just come out of the pits, and Fretti has got past Oppenkonen as well, going down into the Singapore sling as it has been removed though, so fat rips to that. But Ice Bolt has not stopped, but let's have a look. So Fretti, you never know actually, he hasn't stopped yet in this Grand Prix, neither is DeLuca, but DeLuca will come out, realise that he does have a bit of a touch on the wall. He will come out behind Fretti, so there may be a bit of a tactic here by the Ferrari to hold Mr. DeLuca up a bit here, because at the moment he's looking very promising for at least a good P4 or 5 in this Grand Prix, maybe all the way down in P7 to P4. He looks like he could get very easily in this Grand Prix as Lord Effort does leave the session. Fretti though in P4 at the moment, looking to close that gap on John Polainen ahead of him. He's already made his stop. John Polainen just looks like he's the clear winner tonight, but I cannot say anything. We're only 8 laps into this Grand Prix out of 31 to come, but Jesper Stolzberg has got past Wesley, but looks like an inter-team battle, and that's contact between the two Hasses, and that is very irrational by Wesley there, and Oppenkonen's got past him. There's been big damage, and oh dear, Jesper's gone into the back of Oppenkonen. Obviously lost a bit of his front wing. Thank goodness there was no killing of tyres there. John Polainen's actually got past Ice Bolt. Obviously his tyres are in much better condition, but John is actually on the ultra soft compound tyres, meaning you have to do the 2-stop, while Fretti will only have to do the 1-stop unless obviously he gets damage. So obviously it does seem very very weird to think, but Fretti starting down last could do a Simsy like last night and get P2 from plumb last almost. So Ferrari's looking like they're coming from the back to the front, but we do know one thing about this Grand Prix: it's all about patience, as we did see last night with the stream being over an hour. You've got to be patient around here. Jesper in P6 at the moment. He's actually going away from Oppenkonen. Oppenkonen obviously maybe hitting his front wing somewhere. We're already making a stop onto a set of ultras, so he will be hoping that he will be able to get past a few more in the closing laps like Oppenkonen. He is on a set of softs at the moment, but it looks like he may have some front wing damage. No, he doesn't, but he's just obviously on those soft compound tyres as the Ice Bolt comes in the pits on lap 9, doing the exact same strategy as Simsy Danger, pitting on lap 9 onto a set of softs to go to the end of this race. The lovely helmet design by the Mercedes driver there. Composite goes past. One of the people who usually has lonely races. But one thing we do need to look out for is Verstappen RB33, pitting very early in this Grand Prix. What lap did he pit? He pit on, I wouldn't be surprised if it was lap 1. He pit on lap 3. That's how bad the Hypersofts are, the condition of the Hypersofts. He's got DRS on Ice Bolt now, going down the Raffles Boulevard, down turn 5. Oh, there's been contact between the two drivers, and he's got him into turns. He's got Ice Bolt into turn 6. Does the Red Bull driver. Lovely camera angle there, and it looks like Verstappen has got that position at the moment. So a variation of strategies going on here, with DeLuca still not pitting, but we don't expect the drivers on their strategy that Jeff tells them to, that they don't even pit till lap 11, so I wouldn't be surprised unless there's some mad problems with either tyre wear or tyre temps. They will be coming in, and he doesn't come in, but we've got yellows in sector 2 for Verstappen. Verstappen's obviously locked up somewhere. Has he lost his front wing? He's lost his right front end plate, and he's going to have severe damage. I believe that's obviously at least an orange wing there. So Verstappen's right out of this. From qualifying P2, he's going to have to pit once again. Hopefully he has another set of softs left, otherwise he's completely stranded in this Grand Prix with 21 laps to go. As DeLuca still hasn't stopped yet. He's had a very clean race. John Polainen is closing on him with extreme pace. John Polainen, always lap times compared to DeLucas at the moment. John Polainen's getting 140s, while DeLucas struggling with 144s and 145. So John is absolutely getting past him as Wesley gets overtaken by Fretti. Now Fretti is in P3 in this Grand Prix, getting past a guy who has already pit. Woomaloo getting past Jesper as well. Missing all the battles here. But Jesper on his old tyres looks like he will be pitting very soon, as that looks like a very, very slow moving Haas trying to negotiate the Singapore circuit. P7 is Oppenkonen, P8 is Composite, P9 is Icebolt 10, but after pit stops Icebolt will be in around a position of around, if I can maths correctly, around P3, if I'm not mistaken. The pit time around here is about 23 seconds as we see Icebolt coming up towards Composite. Composite obviously not pitting yet, he's going to be pitting very soon. Icebolt just trying to save his tyres, it looks like, just not moving the wheel a lot here, just making sure he can negotiate Composite cleanly. As is that DeLuca in the pits, or he's just been passed? He's just been passed by John Polainen into turn 1. John Polainen obviously on new tyres. DeLuca just negotiating the course as calmly as possible. He's got a massive blister on his right front, showing the tyre temps are absolutely brutal here. Fretti only 9 seconds behind. Fretti's actually catching up, but he is on a soft compound tyre, meaning that he does have to run long in this Grand Prix like he did last night in 3A. As he goes through Raffles Boulevard, Wesley trying to go to the... Oh, he's got a very irrational move there. Gone down the inside of Fretti. What a move by the Haas driver there. As Verstappen gets up and picks up a 3-second time penalty once again. I believe that's his second. I may be absolutely blind. That could be his first. But anyway, Fretti has been overtaken by Wesley and is now needing to just save his tyres a bit. Obviously, he is on the soft compound tyres, but he just does need to save them a bit. So meanwhile, we see the absolute pace difference. DeLuca's overcut has not worked at all, meaning that people like the likes of Icebolt can actually benefit quite a lot from this, even though he is quite far behind. Pitting 2 laps earlier saved them probably around 5-6 seconds. Maybe catching up to DeLuca. Maybe still a chance in this Grand Prix of doing well, as he is on the one-stop strategy. Some of people like Oppenkonen, Jesper though. Jesper will be pitting this lap as well. DeLuca, as expected, will come into the pits at the end of this lap for a set of soft compound tyres to go to the end of this Grand Prix. So Fretti does go past his championship rival, but Fretti has not pit compared to DeLuca. So we'll be able to see some flying lap times by the Englishman for the next few laps in this Grand Prix. I wouldn't be surprised if he does set a fastest lap pretty soon. I believe Woomaloo's got that fastest lap at the moment on a set of Ultrasofts, doing the 2-stop strategy in this Grand Prix with a lovely camera angle there. It doesn't have it still, but lovely camera angle as DeLuca comes out behind Jesper Solberg and only 7 seconds in front of Icebolt, which shows how much time he's caught up. But Icebolt trying to go down the inside of Oppenkonen, and Icebolt looks like he's got that move. Oppenkonen on old softs just wants to preserve those tyres now. And Oppenkonen's lost his front wing there. That's damaged any chances of him doing the one-stop. He's going to have to go to the 2-stop double ultras now for the BWT Force India, Racing Point Force India, whatever you want to call them, Force India team. Composite will be able to benefit from this. He will be able to move up a position, but oh dear, that's Oppenkonen. I just heard a smashing front wing. That is him again, smashing his front wing. Does he own front wing anymore? He does own a bit of front wing, but he's going very wide at every corner, meaning that Composite will be able to take him pretty easily, most probably down the straight into turn 14. Look at that, look how slow the driver's going. He's lost 8 seconds, no, my mistake, 5 seconds to the car in front, but he's obviously just going to let Composite through. Bit of respect there from the Force India driver, obviously messing up his race a bit there, trying to fight maybe a bit too hard, as Goldie will be able to get past having done his stop. So is Nicky. Nicky's still in a chance of doing well in this Grand Prix, starting down in almost plumb last. Fretti was last, only 11 seconds off the lead now, but Wesley's right in front of him. He has stopped as Wesley, but he stops onto the Ultras, meaning they will have to do a two-stop, so he'll be in the fight with these two. But your main championship... Oh, I did not even realise. No, that can't be right. No, it isn't. What? Hang about here. Why is DeLuca on a set of hypersofts then? Does DeLuca not know the strategy around here? Because it looks like DeLuca's just thrown away his Grand Prix right there and now. Is that rain I see? That's rain, everyone. We have got rain in this Grand Prix. Opacona pit very early, actually. Onto intermediates, it says. Well, will we have to see that? But Composite has retired for the Grand Prix. He's absolutely binned it there. That is a disaster for the Williams driver, who's going pretty well, and now he's absolutely gone. But now this really puts Fretti into the equation of winning this Grand Prix, as these two in front, Jopalainen going to the pits now. It looks like it's already getting pretty treacherous, and there's rain in this Grand Prix, as Walterbert, aka F1 Gamer, says, well, this is going to be fun. I wouldn't be surprised if a safety car comes out very soon. But one person who's really benefited around here is Mr. Fretti 52, as he is now beating his championship rival by a good 15 seconds in this Grand Prix. DeLuca's only been on those tyres for 2 laps. He must be kicking himself. He was in P1, but those Ultras could not last 14 laps in this Grand Prix. Having to put on hypers, and now he has to come into the pits for a set of intermediates. Wimbledon coming in. So this has really turned the race on its head. Likes of Icebolt have really not benefited at all. He does hit his front wing. May have to change that now, but this really takes Verstappen out of any equation, as W. Veenstra hits his front wing and will be trying to get past, but Verstappen gets past him. They're going 30 miles an hour through there. That's how slow they're going. 50 miles an hour they're going through some of the corners. This is like Lowe's hairpin. But the real question is that I'm asking, why is Icebolt on the wets then? I don't know what he's thinking. Is it coming down that hard? If he has, he's just made a masterstroke of a call, but if he hasn't, that's his race ruined. It's not wet compound tyres yet. The track's still dry. So this will be nice to see, as he does pick up a 5-second stop-go penalty for crossing the pit lane. I would like to see what his pace is. It's going to be ridiculously slow compared to the intermediate runners, as Jesper almost hits it into the wall but doesn't. We see just the last few people pitting now onto the wet compound tyres. We do like to see as W. Veenstra also goes onto the wet compound tyres. I don't know what these guys are thinking. Maybe they're thinking that the wets last longer, and I don't believe they do. The wets do not last longer, so they have the same tyre longevity as the intermediate tyres. Maybe it does pick up though, the rain. So as Icebolt locks up there, we'll be hoping that he keeps out the water. But John Polainen looking like a clear winner at the moment. He was on the 2-stop, now he's going to be on the 3-stop. Obviously having to go onto the intermediate tyres. This is just going to prolong the race even more. We're only halfway through at the moment, and the stream's been going for a long time. It's been going, I don't know how long, and I don't really want to know, but Composite's finally left the session. We've got 12 drivers left in this Grand Prix from the 20 that started it. So John Polainen just on his own. Any big battles at the moment? The closest battle has been between DeLuca and Woomaloo. Woomaloo now actually ahead of DeLuca on position-wise. It's not often you say that, no offence to Woomaloo, but DeLuca is behind Woomaloo, and Woomaloo is fully ahead of the Sauber driver. There's no pit stops in this because there's now a wet race, and we will be able to see very soon, as we do have yellows in sector 3 for Nicky Sosberg. Has he got front wing damage? We won't be able to see. He's lost it into the tunnel, which is turn 17, I do believe, turn 18 even. Does he have front wing damage? So he doesn't have front wing damage, so he must have just locked up or just lost it into turn 18, obviously not braking early enough. And it does look very very wet, meaning that Ice Bowl isn't losing that much time here. We've only got 4 viewers, which is pretty sad. But how come Fretty started last? So Fretty got hit by his teammate in qualifying, meaning that I think, or something to do with his teammate weaving, meaning that he was not able to set his lap time. But Ice Bowl showing how the wet conditions do not suit his car, losing about 2 seconds a lap. But this could benefit him. This really could benefit him in the long run. Could Ice Bowl on the ice blue tyres, and he almost does go off the track there, just trying to negotiate every corner. But I can tell you right now, it's definitely not the conditions for a set of wets. Blue showing that the track's still dry, there's no puddles, there's no standing water, but we have yellows in sector 2, and that's for Nicky Solsberg once again. Has he got front wing damage this time? I do not know, but W. Veenstra has just come out of the pits once again onto another set of wet compound tyres. This will really show the men from the boys this wet race at Singapore. Why do 3A never get rain but 3B do? Yeah, Nicky Solsberg. No, other way around, sorry, my mistake. 3B always do get the rain and 3A never do. But Nicky Solsberg does have damage there. Fretty now closing into Wesley. Simsy said, I think the wets overheat too much in these not. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the wets do overheat on Ice Bolt's car. He's losing 6 seconds a lap to Goldie, but this could help him in the long run. But at the moment, I would not be surprised if his tyres are overheating like crazy at Ice Bolts. Wimelu just on his own at the moment, but DeLuca is behind him. As Obakonim does go onto the wets. Did he have damage? I'm not sure, but looks like Obakonim's gone to the wets for the end of this Grand Prix. Has Jeff told him this? I don't really want to know. But the rain doesn't look too bad whatsoever at the moment, so I wouldn't be surprised. But DeLuca, from that angle, it does look like the conditions are pretty bad. He does pick up a 3-second time penalty, but I can tell you right now, it's definitely not the conditions for full wet tyres yet in this Singapore Grand Prix, with only half distance done, almost. Well, just over half distance done. We're lap 17 of 31. DeLuca just not being able to get past Woomaloo in these conditions at the moment. He's setting up his ERS. Woomaloo, I think, has got the message to put it in pretty high ERS compared to DeLuca. He's only putting it in 3. He should be putting it at least in 4 down the straight, as ERS usage around this track is next to none. So DeLuca now just trying to negotiate the track. I'm trying to see, I don't know if I'll be able to see, if I can, the tyre temperatures of people on the wets. They're not looking too bad. I'm not sure what the wet tyres are meant to get, but look at that Ice Bolt showing how he's got no grip on those wet compound tyres, as his tyres are overheating like crazy. I recommend him just go backing on the mediums, even on the inters. Yeah, it does look like he's given up on the wet strategy. Done a Toro Rosso there, even going to the pits, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was for a set of intermediates in this race. But Woomaloo may be showing that he is an absolute wet master. He may be the rain master of F1 2018. He's just keeping DeLuca behind like no man's business. He's just like, hi, I'm Woomaloo. I want to beat you today. As he goes through with his very nicely themed Renault helmet through turn 16 and 17 now, going 50 miles an hour. This is like snail pace around here. As Ice Bolt picks up another 5-second stop-go penalty for crossing the pit lane on exit, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few lap cars now. There wasn't, as Ice Bolt has retired from the Grand Prix. Icebolt was just gone. He was looking very promising at the start of this Grand Prix for good points, but the moment that rain hit, he gave up. But John Polainen is now 13 seconds of the nearest car, which is Wesley Van Renz. Fretti, from starting last, dead last in this Grand Prix, is now somehow in P3 after the strategies has just worked in his hand today, meaning that he has somehow got out P3. W. Veenstra once again coming into the pits for about the 4th or 5th time today. Let's just have a look at the lap times around here. I wouldn't be surprised if they're ridiculously slow. Yeah, you're getting about the 1:55 mark, so you're getting 2 minutes per lap almost. So any of you lads who are still coming in the session, you're expecting at least another half an hour of racing here. So make sure to stay up and stay on the stream until around half 8 here today. But the closest battle is still between the two. Oh, Wesley's still in the pits. Oh, he's just come out, my mistake. And he's got out on another set of wets. What is he doing? He's got past Icebolt last. Looks like Icebolt just binned it out of the pit lane, but DeLuca is right on the back of Wimmerloo, and we're now getting down to Jazzy's placement on how many people do you think will finish, and he said 10, but we got yellows in sector 1. Is that for W. Veenstra? It's not for W. Veenstra. But DeLuca still cannot get past Wimmerloo at the moment. It's looking like a one-way street here. No one can get past anyone. Wimmerloo is holding on there for now, for dear life. The rain is looking worse, but I'm not sure if that's because of aquaplaning or what. But we have another comment. According to F1 2018, I have no intermediates in the garage. Oh, that may be a glitch. Ah, so there could be a glitch in the game here, where it says that, where it shows that with W. Veenstra as well, that and Icebolt, that they had no intermediate compound tyres. They had no intermediate compound tyres, which really would have killed him. So F1 needs to bring out an update a lot, because there's been a lot of glitches recently. I'm just looking at some of the things people are saying. Lots of shares reports, most probably, as there are. Is that 9 or 8? I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 people out of this Grand Prix, meaning 11 are left in it. This is completely turning out to be. This is turning out to be a very a long race, but for Fretti, he'll be loving this because he's beating his championship rival, who is DeLuca 96. He's beating him by a good, I don't know how many seconds that is. Let me just check on leader. He's beating him by a good 20 seconds. So even if he does have to pit because of front wing change, and we do have yellows, Verstappen is out of this Grand Prix. And is this the time to go? Oh no, it isn't. Nicky's just gone into the pits again. He's now going on to the wet compound tyres, but we see quite a few people pitting actually. Fretti's in the pits. It's time for wets, lads. It's time for wets. Here we go. We have Fretti coming in for a set of wets, and DeLuca is not going in. But look at that right now. It's getting treacherous. We're having wets in a place where I would never ever see some wets, but here we go. Fretti out of the pits. He is behind DeLuca, but we've just got to ride off board according to this shot with DeLuca, and just see that is now a wet Grand Prix. Wimmerloo still in front of him, maybe a bit of a undercut here, but Icebolt may now be regretting his decision of maybe retiring. Maybe it was a race pit, but maybe we don't know. But W. Veenstra, even though he's only got wets, it looks like, may have just absolutely called the strategy. But now we only have 10 drivers left in this Grand Prix, which is pretty sad because we had 20 at the start. But we're all still going. But oh dear, Wesley's out. Wesley's out. He's hit the back of De Luca. Wesley's gone in too deep. So we now only have 9 people left in this Grand Prix. I caught that for about half a second. Wesley's out of this Grand Prix. And we're losing numbers very quickly around this Grand Prix, with Fretty just negotiating at a slug's pace. John Polainen 36 seconds ahead of anyone. He thinks it's still okay for the intermediate times. Let's have a look at the sector times. So sector times, he's going 47.6s in the middle sector. Let's have a look at Fretty's middle sector. 47.6s, 47.0. So there's only about a 6/10 difference at the moment between the wets and the inters. The wets are quicker, but the pack is spread out immensely here today, with many people just being lapped. But at least they're still in the Grand Prix to give us a bit of a battle. But they are very, very far off anyone. The closest battle being... Oh, De Luca has got past Woomaloo, but Woomaloo's just got a 5-second stop go for Speedy in the pit lane. So Woomaloo now comes into the pits on lap 21. He's got 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix. No front wing change for the Netherlands driver. Coming out of the pits now is a Woomaloo, and this is a battle that we kind of need to keep an eye on between Woomaloo and De Luca, because if De Luca cannot pick up the pace, Fretty will be on him. Who's that behind Fretty? I think that's Nicky, if I'm not mistaken. Nicky has been lapped by Fretty, but let's just see if he does still have the pace. Wesley obviously bottling it, retiring from the Grand Prix. We only have 9 runners left in this Grand Prix, which is pretty sad. We are beating F1, the F1 in 2016, where 8 people retired, meaning that 12 people finished. But today we have 11 people retiring at the moment, and we've still got a third of the race distance to go. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see season 1 numbers here, where we only have 5 finishes in the Singapore Grand Prix. Does De Luca pit though? Does John Polainen still does not pit for a set of wets in this Grand Prix? But it's kind of showing how Fretty is closing a gap to De Luca, and Fretty is going to wave De Luca past, as De Luca just doesn't have grip anymore. Fretty from starting last in this Grand Prix, De Luca starting 7th on the optimal strategy for the dries. He's just going to get overtaken now by Fretty. Fretty, with a masterstroke of a strategy, has gone from P20 to P2 when De Luca does pit, but De Luca's still staying out on those intermediate tyres. Fretty just fully running over the curb there. Wouldn't be surprised if there was a penalty of some kind there. Fretty only 5/10 behind his title rival now, but he's on the optimum tyre compared to his rival De Luca 96 on the intermediates, still trying to just hang out. But Fretty's got ultimate traction going down towards turn 4, going around the outside. What an overtake. Well done to Fretty there with a great overtake on De Luca for P2 in this Grand Prix. You never know, Mr. Fretty, you could still go from last to first in this Grand Prix. That'll be a video and a half to share to the world, but well done to the man, to the Englishman in the Ferrari as Verstappen leads the session. He's gone up, let's just make sure, let's confirm, he has gone up 18 positions in this Grand Prix, and he's got 9 laps to consolidate it and make sure of it. Maybe even 19 positions if he can catch up to John Polainen. He's caught up by 2 seconds in that sector. John Polainen going around the final sector now. Will he be pitting at the end of this lap? I would not be surprised if he does, because those tyres are looking very slow, but he does have a 30-second lead with 9 laps to go. Will he get that lead up? Or he does know he's got a 30-second lead, so will he pit for a set of wets? He looks like he's going on. He's going for it. He feels like he can make these inters last. He's so much slower than the Ferrari, but the Ferrari, just checking penalties. What's the penalty situation of the 2 drives? John Polainen hasn't even picked up a warning. Fretty's picked up 4 warnings. Obviously some of them have been collisions with other drivers of some kind, but we only have 9 drivers left in this Grand Prix. So Luca, will he be pitting at the end of this lap? He will be pitting at long last, so he'll come out behind Woomaloo. Most probably Woomaloo will get a podium at the moment. I'm not going to bring a commentator's curse here, but DeLuca coming into the pits now, meaning that Woomaloo will be coming around the final 2 corners of the lap to overtake DeLuca in this Grand Prix, as he does go and pit, and he does have a front wing change as well. Will just be getting involved, he's a bit too far behind, but DeLuca will come out in P4 in this Grand Prix, where there's only 9 people at the moment finishing according to the race director and everything around. Visha though, he's just having a bit of fun now, having a bit of a drifting contest of himself, but this has not been the race for him. Obviously not having a set of intermediate tyres according to the game, he's just not had good luck at all. But Ovaconen, even though this isn't a battle position, this is the closest battle on track. As you can see, every battle is at least 3 seconds apart. But this is the closest battle, excuse me. DeLuca now coming under pressure from a lapped car of Ovaconen. But we should see a better grip from DeLuca's tyres because they are newer, but obviously they are less warm and they will be colder. John Polainen, meanwhile, does come into the pits, and has he left it too late? Has he left this too late? Fretti coming round the final chicane now. Will he be leading this Grand Prix by the end of this lap? John Polainen is now pitting onto a set of wet compound tyres. He's coming out of the pits now. Fretti going around the final corner. This is going to be close out of the pit lane. John Polainen coming out of the pit lane now. Fretti is in P1 of this Grand Prix. He's coming around the first corner. That's a voice break. And Fretti from last in this Grand Prix. What a result from him at the moment. Fretti is in P1. John Polainen's left that too late. He's left that way too late, but he does have younger tyres than the Englishman. Will John Polainen will be able to make back 2.5 seconds to the Englishman? Does he have the raw pace compared to him in these closing 7 laps of this Grand Prix? What a magical race for the Ferrari at the moment, from last to first at the moment. I'm not going to do a commentator's curse here. I'm going to have my fingers crossed for Fretti, because that would be an absolutely amazing result if he got on the podium here. P2, John Polainen. P3, Woomaloo. DeLuca will not be liking this whatsoever in P4. People, let's just check the standings here. This could really spice up everything in the standings. But at the moment, DeLuca will not be happy whatsoever. He is getting 12 points in this Grand Prix, but he's losing points to Fretti. He's losing 13 points. So his championship lead that he built up because of Fretti's accident on lap 1 at Monza will completely go. And there'll only be around a 10-11 point difference with 6 races to go in this Grand Prix. It's close now in League A and League B, Season A and Season B, between the top 2 runners. And so I'm just going to check the standings now. Just check how much Fretti is behind. Fretti is behind DeLuca at the moment. If I just go to standings, so DeLuca is on 222 points. And Fretti is on 196 points. DeLuca with 5 race wins, Fretti with 4 race wins. Fretti about to get his 5th, but DeLuca will be losing by my calculations. So there at the moment is a, I want to say 28, no 20, I can't count, 20, so 196 to 222, that is 26 points within it at the moment between Fretti and DeLuca. He'll be pulling back to 14 points by the new year if he does finish pole. But John Polainen has caught up a lot in these past few laps. He hasn't got any penalties of what kind. So John Polainen will be wanting to win this Grand Prix. At the moment, Jumper is only on the 8 points. He's able to transfer from League A to League B earlier on in the season. He hasn't had the best results so far, but he'll be looking for the win tonight. He wants to get something on his record sheet. He wants something. He needs to get past Fretty though for the win of this Grand Prix. Could this be a bit like me and Simsy last night? At the end of the race, there's a finale between a Renault Power and a Ferrari Power car for the win of this Grand Prix. This is getting ever closer and closer. Only 5 tenths between the two. John Pline will be wanting to win this. He's literally been in front every single lap until he did pit for his second time onto a set of wets. He's just made this race 10 times more interesting than it should have been if he did pit 5 laps prior to when he did pit onto the wet compound tyres. But look at him, he's right on the back of Fretty now. There's only 3 temps in it, only 2 temps now between P1 and P2. None of them have got penalties in this wet Grand Prix. Look at it now, the crowd are going wild down into turn 1. Fretty is only 5 tenths ahead of Jumper Line, but there is no DRS here now between the two drivers. Goldie is closing up to Jesper, but not at the pace that Jumper is closing to Fretty. Fretty's just hoping for dear life that he can hold on to this, gaining as maximum points as possible to Zaluka. Zaluka looks like a clear 4th at the moment. I can't wait to interview Woomaloo for, I believe, his his second podium of the season. Woomaloo now. Will he be able to do anything? But we can tell you who can do bits. John Polainen will be able to do bits in this Grand Prix still, with not many laps to go left. F1 Lip Philip, and so for I can't speak at the moment. I'm really sorry. And so much for my 10 to 15 finishes prediction at the start of this race. Yeah, there's only 9 left, but John Polainen going to try and make a move down the inside. It's going to be a switcheroo, as David Koff likes to say. Oh, he's almost hit the barrier there, coming out of turn 14 in this Grand Prix, going through the turn 16 and 17 chicane. Now about to go under the tunnel between turn 18 and turn 19 is the English and John Polainen. I believe he's, let's just check, I don't even know what country he's from. John Polainen is from, I want to say that's Sweden. I'm 99% sure John Polainen is the Swede, but I just want to make sure going into this Grand Prix. What's Sweden's flag then? Yep, he is Swedish. For half a lap I was just talking about why I think John Polainen is Swedish, but left in it. So Finland, no, it is Sweden. It is Sweden. I just looked on the website. It is Sweden. But we have yellows in sector 1. Who's that for? Yellow sector 2. Oh, Fretty almost went sideways there. But we do have yellows for someone. Don't know who. Everyone looks pretty clean at the moment. But look how close it is between the two drivers at the moment. This is going to be a very close finish. And I'm just going to put on the chat to make sure everyone's watching. I'm going to put it on the general chat. Only 4 laps to go. I'm just putting it on the chat now. Everyone at watch the end, it's going to be close. It's going to be very close. There's only 4 tenths between the two drivers. This is exactly like last night. Past Simsy, past me, aka Spag, on lap 29. Will we be able to see the same fate for John Polainen, as he is literally going sideways through his locking up at literally every corner at the moment? Is the Swedish driver. But he's, yeah, fully locking up everywhere. But he's trying to hold on for dear life. Is Fretty in front? I'm sorry, I'm not even looking, but Goldie is close up to Jesper by 2 seconds. in the past few laps. There could be another battle going on here. This is going to get close in the final few laps of this Grand Prix. Fretty's only 6/10 ahead of John Palainen at the moment. Jumper will be wanting to argue about the race winner here. He'll be wanting to get that P1 very soon. He's trying to do the switcheroo, trying to get the inside line here. Doesn't look like it's going to work at the moment between the two drivers. It's staying neck and neck at the moment. There's only a 2/10 gap between them. Not Woomaloo, what am I saying? John Palainen looks like he's got a very good exit compared to Fretty. He's going to go down the inside of Raffles Boulevard for the outside. And he's got that position. John Palainen's got P1, but he's gone wide. And that is a dumb move for the Swede at the moment. Fretty will not be wanting to give up this position. He's trying to do a switchback move on the Swede. Fretty will be wanting this position so badly. His tyres are 4 laps older than the Swedes though. He may have timed this perfectly and made the battle very interesting. Meanwhile, it's looking very exciting at the moment between the two. But John Palainen looks like he's got that move done at the moment. And this could be the same fate as it was last night between myself and Simsy, where John Palainen now pulls away. But will Fretty be able to answer? He's losing time to the Swede every single corner. Will he be able to hold up, or is he will be just now holding that position? But we've got yellows. Is that Woomaloo? That's Woomaloo spun. Oh dear, this could really affect Fretty now, because DeLuca will be right on the back. There's a VSC. There's a virtual safety car, which really helps Fretty here, as I'm just going to get a little sip of water for these last 3 laps of these Grand Prix. The gaps are very close. Fretty's pit. Fretty's pit. Have conditions got better? Wimley's got a drive-through penalty for speeding underneath the VSC, but we're going again. Jumper has already passed Raffles Boulevard. What is Fretty doing? Has this cost him? Woomaloo though, this has really cost Woomaloo. He's got a drive-through. Most probably he's going to be removed though. But DeLuca is only 2 seconds behind Woomaloo going into turn 1. Fretty, I don't know what he's doing. He may have just cost himself P1. He was on the back, and now he's 26 seconds behind the race leader. I don't know what was on Fretty's mind there, but he's about to get overtaken by a lap car of Nicky Salzberger, it looks like. No, it isn't. Does Fretty now have the pace? But it looks like he's still moving away from the Swede. And he's gone into the wall! Fretty's gone into the wall! No, he hasn't. Who was that? That's Woomaloo in the wall. I do apologise, Woomaloo's just binned it. Why did I think it was bloody Fretty? It was Woomaloo. Woomaloo's gone into the wall, which means DeLuca is now in P3 in this Grand Prix, meaning that Fretty is only going to gain 3 points, which could have been a mass of 12 points here. Is now only shortened down to 3 points in this Grand Prix that he's going to gain on DeLuca, and there's only 2 seconds in it. Fretty on the inters, DeLuca on the wets. What's quick around here? It looks so much like Fretty has picked the wrong tyres here. It really does, because DeLuca's gaining on him so much. This is not something. Yeah, sorry Philip, Fretty's not in the wall. But anyway, this is looking not good for Fretty whatsoever. DeLuca in P2. Will DeLuca be able to overtake his championship rival? But the question is penalties. Do any of them have any? I believe DeLuca does have penalties. He's got quite a few actually. Woomaloo will not be able to hang on though, I don't think. But this is just for pride really, between DeLuca and Fretty. Will DeLuca be able to overtake Fretty Or will those oh, it looks like Woomerly's actually pitting as well. Oh, look at that. Bit of some stuff here, but it looks like Jesper will be getting onto P4, and it looks like the podium will not be what I thought it was. It could have been something much different here. 10 laps to go, it would have been much closer than it is now. But the Fretti DeLuca gap, the two championship rivals, is very, very close, excuse me. And Fretti's now adopted the rev glitch in this Grand Prix. But it now does look like Fretti, even though he somehow, why did he, I don't know, pitted onto the Inters, has worked for him. But Jesper somehow has. Looking like every finisher will get some points. That's a weird thing to say. Yes, it is. Very weird. Even W. Veenstra, who's on about lap 28, will get points in this Grand Prix. He is a reserve. Actually, no, he won't get points then. But Nicky will get points. Oppikonen will get points, even though he's a lap down. Woomerly will get points. Goldie will get points. Jesper will get points. DeLuca will get points. Fretti will get points. A jumper now starting the last lap of this Grand Prix. Wow. Well done to John Polainen so far. He's only got one more lap to negotiate. Fretti looks like he's killed DeLuca's chances of getting P2 in this Grand Prix. Fretti's just having a bit of fun now, knowing maybe that he couldn't get past John Polainen. John Polainen was a bit too quick for him. He just wanted to go and have some fun on the intermediate tyres. He obviously won't set a fastest up, as this race was dry at the beginning, but there's now a 6-second gap between the two championship rivals. But Fretti did just pick up a 3-second time penalty, but DeLuca's got quite a few time penalties, so it doesn't really matter. Woomerly maybe has a benefit if Goldie does have penalties, but it doesn't look like it. Goldie 4 seconds behind Jesper Storsberg. So this is looking like the final order now. So we'll just ride on board with John Polainen for the rest of this Grand Prix. 31 laps. This is taking a long time. I had a power cut on lap just before the start of the Grand Prix to lap 4. I've been spectating 27 laps of this Grand Prix. I can't say this is the best. Oh, Woomerly's been DSQ'd. Oh dear, Woomerly. He's been disqualified from the Grand Prix. Oh, he's going to call that total BS. Oh, that's such a shame for him. He looks like though he was on for P6. So there's now only 8 drivers going to be finishing this Grand Prix. John Polainen though, starting P1, only a few laps where he wasn't P1, got past Fretti in extraordinary fashion. Coming around the final corner now, John Polainen comes and wins the Singapore Grand Prix, the longest race on the calendar. Fretti in P2 will definitely get P2 unless he's picked up about 12 seconds of time penalties in the past lap. Fretti now coming towards the line in a rev glitch kind of way. Coming around the final corner now, and he will get P2, but DeLuca will get P3 to minimise the chances of Fretti getting away from him. But it looks like a last lap move for Oppikonen goes into the barriers, meaning that Nicky Storsberg will pick up P6, but DeLuca does come across the line in P3. Jesper Storsberg now right behind him is Goldie, but there won't be a move there. That was one awesome race, says Walshabert. But Jesper Storsberg in P4 at the moment, unless he does bottle it on the final lap, and it looks like he has, or he may have almost bottled it there, let his brother go past, but Goldie will not be able to respond to that. Jesper will come on in P4, but after penalties that could be different. We'll just have to check. Yep, so Goldie does get P5, Nicky does get P6, and now the last person to finish is Oppikonen. And that is it. After 1 hour and a half, we have finally finished this Grand Prix, and thank goodness. Well, looks like that is the end of that Grand Prix, and it turned out more normal than expected. Well done to John Polainen. Is there on the internet, on the interweb, he was a Swede, but he's finished, and he has gone and taking P1. I'm sorry, Philip there. He did take P1, P2 was Freddie, and P3 was DeLuca. As we see Zach Brown and Into the Barrier cheering on their driver of John Polainen in the McLaren. Well done to him, he's dominated this race weekend. The last one of the F1 League Cup calendar this year in 2018. Next time we'll see you is in 2019, but first I need to invite the three contenders, not contenders, three podium finishers onto a podium. And then we've got Freddie, and then you've got DeLuca. DeLuca 96, and that is now interview time. Yay! With your favourite interview host, Spag. Yay! Right, anyway, that is the end of the Singapore Grand Prix. What an event it was in the end. There was a big battle between Freddie and John Polainen, but John Polainen did come out on top. We'll just wait to see if John Polainen will join the party Freddie has joined. But we'll just wait to see if John Polainen will join the party. John Polainen has joined. Let's just wait for DeLuca to join as well, and then we will start the interviews. Just please make sure you two, that your voice settings are on always allow, so then we don't have any awkward pauses.
Yeah, mine's alright.
Yep, all good. Just waiting to see if DeLuca will join. We'll give him 15 more seconds. If he doesn't, then I will start off the interviews.
Alright.
I'll just ask him in the chat, just in case. And then we'll start the interviews. I'll start now with your race winner tonight. Apparently on the website you're a Swede, but he's a flying Finn tonight. It's John Polainen, finished P1, having a great Grand Prix. Well done to you. How was that race for you?
Thanks. Yeah, it was a fun race. I love racing around Singapore. I used to hate the track, but once I put a bit of time into it, it was really fun. And yeah, I managed to keep the tires from overheating pretty well, so I just love being on the ultra soft. I'd always go for a two-stop in the dry there just because of that, the grip levels on that. So the fun track. It was a very good race for me. I think there was a bit of desync at the start because Verstappen got off pretty early. Then he let people through again, and that gave me a gap in the first stint in the dry. And yeah, had some fun on the ultras, some battles, and especially at the end in the wets with Freddie. I delayed my pit stop for the full wets a bit too long, but it worked out in the end.
Well, anyway, I've just got another question for you. So you did pit for the wet quite late into the Grand Prix. I was thinking, why didn't he pit earlier? Was that a strategy call by yourself, or were you just thinking there was a bit more pace on the inters?
No, I noticed Freddie was a bit faster on the wets, but it was gonna go back to light rain later in the race, so I figured I'd try to hold on. But once I was losing like 4 or 5 seconds a lap, I just had to go into the pits and go on the full wets.
Oh, okay, so there was changeable conditions in a place that we don't really see rain that often. Oh dearie me, what the heck was that? Just have to mute that mic. Is that John Paul or is that Freddie's? No, it's Freddie's mic. Freddie, what is up with your mic? Alright, okay, thank God. I think it was Freddie's mic, but hopefully it's fine now. So, thank you for John Polainen. Well done for that victory.
Thanks.
and I
Good
hope
game
to
to
see you on the
Friday too.
podium
It was
once
a
again.
pretty great recovery drive by him and some fun battling there.
Yeah, well done to you. Thank you for the interview, and yeah, well done for your victory. So now we'll go on to Freddie, the most probably the greatest recovery drive I've ever seen from a driver in F1 League Hub. You're doing literally the same as Simsy did last night. He came from around P6 and I believe to finish P2. You've come from P20 to finish P2. How was that race for you? Freddie?
I'm gonna hope. So what?
Don't worry, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I think we judged pretty much every strategy call perfectly. The last one, it was a bit of a gamble, but we weren't going to lose anything anyway. So there's no way without the VS3 I'd have gone for it. But thought since we were under VS3, I might as well take a chance. But then the Inters took a lap or two to come in. I think on the final lap I was about 5 or 6 seconds quicker, but obviously by that point it's too late.
Yeah, that was an awesome strategy calls by you. Oh, can you just mute your mic while I'm talking, just to... hopefully that changes it. Right, that's good. So thank you for muting your mic just while I'm talking, because that's really echoing in the stream. But anyway, so that was a great recovery drive by you. You got the strategies all perfectly. Obviously, maybe you went on the softs deliberately for the start of the Grand Prix. Obviously, I don't think you were meaning to, but obviously you had a bit of contact in quali with your teammate, I believe, or something to do with that. Could you just please explain it that, because I'm not really sure what happened there, and I would like to know what happened from your angle with the quali incident.
Yeah, first of all, I think I had the playback on the wrong level, so that should be better now. Should be less echo. Yeah, qualifying was just a bit of a mess, really. I saw when we were coming through the final sector on the outlap that my teammate was coming out of the pits, and we catch him halfway around the lap, and then I don't know, rather than backing off down the straight before, he went wide into the corner and then sort of cut straight back across to the left hand side. Just completely put me offline and yeah, hit the wall, but it happens. Yeah, it just shows you how quickly it can change, because obviously we went into the race and somehow I managed to avoid everything in the first stint. There was so many things going on. I mean, there was cars backwards under the grandstand, reversing back in front of people. There was all sorts of things. Just, I can't believe I didn't get any damage throughout that race. But then once we got to the rain, we were in clear air and could finally use what I felt was decent pace. Obviously, when John got onto the back of us, we slowed up quite a bit because you're just trying not to make a mistake. It's really hard. I think you've had it as well, but as soon as you get in front to judge the pace. But I'll take second from where we started.
Yeah, great recovery drive from you, and because obviously this interviews and everything's taken, and the race is taking over an hour and a half, I'm just going to end it there. Well done to you two. DeLuca will not be joining us on the podium. Thank you for watching tonight, and goodbye.